Why hello YouTube, welcome back to Super Lorcana World. It is your one-stop shop for everything Lorcana. Today I would like to show off my friend's deck profile. You know, I have some friends, I do have friends, and they test Lorcana with me. And one of the decks that one of my friends here really enjoys is the Steeled Amethyst control deck. He says, Mario, I keep beating up Ruby Amethyst control with this deck. I'm beating a lot of other decks with this deck. Pixelborn, I love it. You should definitely do this deck profile so people can figure it out. And like, to be fair, it is topped other events as well. So this deck is getting well known. I'm going to do the deck profile. I like the deck. It is really cool. It is a control deck, and I'm not like the biggest control person in the world, but control is fun, and it just aims to like make sure your opponent's board stays empty, and you're slowly building up your own lore to win the game. And that's all a deck does. It just does it very slowly, as a control deck should. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this deck, and do like, comment, and subscribe. It'd be really appreciated. So I think we will start off with the steel portion of the deck, and to kick things off, we have 4 copies of a very aggressive 1-drop known as Captain Hook, with the Challenger +2. Yeah, it's just a 1/2 that quests for 1, but you're not going to quest with it. You're going to challenge things and kill Simbas with this Captain Hook and trade, and that's the whole purpose of that. Also really good at killing Lilos and any other random annoying thing that might come up. That 3 attack stat when you challenge is pretty powerful. And to continue that theme, we're also playing 4 copies of Prince Eric in our 2-drop spot. It has Challenger 2 as well, making it a 3/3 when it attacks. So it's a better trade with Simba because it doesn't actually die on the crackback. But again, that's another Challenger that has 3 when attacking, and that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta poke at things really hard, and you do that to kill little things, but also do chip damage on bigger things to kill in a really one big turn. Now, on the 3-drops, we're playing 4 copies of this Tinkerbell. This Tinkerbell is a 3-drop, the Inkable card. It's a 2/4, and it does quest for 1, but you're never, ever going to quest with it. You're going to tap it to draw a card and discard a card. It's a looting card. Looting is really good. And we do play draw power in this deck, but Tinkerbell helps you get closer to your real draw power, you know, if you don't have it in your hand already. If you do, you might not need to use Tinkerbell, and you might want to shift it into a much scarier Tinkerbell, which we'll get to shortly. But it gets you, gets you a little bit further in your deck a little bit, and that's okay. It's pretty good. Also, 2/4 is commendable stats. I've attacked with this Tinkerbell. Instead of using its ability or questing, I've attacked with it. Just to do some combo turns, it survives, and then you do some damage. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Our last 3-drop, and this is when we start getting into the whole removal part of the steel side. We're playing 4 copies of Smash. It's a 3-cost card that does 3 damage. It can combo with things, like take this Elsa for example, common bread and butter staple in purple right now. Smash plus Captain Hook equals dead Elsa. You know what I mean? So like, you have to think about it that way, right? I've seen it lots of times. When I'm playing against random people online, when I'm watching stream, people will like not finish the job on bigger characters. Then something like Rapunzel will come in, heal up, and that's it. Or something like Mother's No Best will come in and return to the hand and heal all that damage, right? You can't do that when you're playing this deck. If you're playing against anything that has the potential to bounce anything or heal damage on anything, you need to be very conservative with your cards until you have enough cards to kill whatever it is you want to kill. And I think it's a common mistake when people play decks like that. So I'm just getting out of the way now. That's the speech. Anyway, yeah, 4 copies of Smash. Next up, in our 4-drop slot, we're playing 4 copies of Hans. I have a note. Let me see if I can find that note on my phone real quick. Here, yeah. So, he was playing 4 copies of the 3-drop Elsa, the one that just taps an exits a character. Swapped it for 4 Hans. He found that the Elsa didn't do anything. Like, really. At least the Hans can come in and kill things. That 1 damage being that magic number to kill something was something else you have. Much more valuable than Elsa. You're giving up the shift 6 for the big Elsa, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter at that point in the game anyway. The Hans is actually super valuable. Plus a quest for 2, when Elsa only quests for 1, and that can matter if you ever get into a situation where you need to race. Anyway, when you do quest, deal damage to something. That's what it does. It's a 4-drop 3/3. Good stats all in all. Nothing too scary there. Then, we're playing 4 copies of Grab Your Sword. A very strong card. You can sing it for free if you have something on board, 5 cost or higher, and now deals 2 damage to each opposing character. It can kill things. That's what it does. It just does damage to kill things. And you can play for free sometimes. And that's very, 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 very strong. The perfect candidate for the 5-drop Grab Your Sword is the 4 copies of the 5-drop Beast. When you play this card, you may banish an item. There is no other real item removal. Beast does the job for you. It just clears off items. Ruby Amethyst, they like to rely on their items, right? They like the magic mirrors, they like the White Rabbit's pocket watch, the cauldron sometimes, the red little shield thing. Beast says, nope, you don't get that. So Beast is there just clearing up items, and then after that he's a 4/4 that quests for 2. Pretty powerful card, all in all. It is good. The last steel card in the deck, I alluded to this earlier, 4 copies of the very big Tinkerbell. A 6-drop 4/5 that quests for 2. You can also shift it for 4 if you've got little Tinkerbell. I've definitely seen this card played turn 4, and it creates some really scary situations sometimes for your opponent. What it does is when you play it, deal damage to everything, and then during your turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may deal 2 damage to chosen opponents' characters. I think people really, really... there are some people, I think, that don't take this card seriously, and there are some people that just play too over-conservatively when they see this at the table, because they don't want to get challenged and all that stuff. And to that point, having something like Little Elsa on the board with Tinkerbell, you suspend something and then you kill it, it's pretty good. The problem is your opponent can see through that, so it's not really a surprise power play or anything like that. But Tinkerbell, anyway, a lot of people, not a lot, I've seen it on stream before, like my streams, other streams, where like some person, you'll have a 3-drop Tinkerbell on board, and like you're playing against an aggro deck with like Simbas and stuff and whatever, and you know they don't see it. They don't see the potential of like a turn 4 Tinkerbell that can attack, by the way, and then you do it, they lose their whole board, and then they follow up and lose the game. So Tinkerbell is really good at punishing bad players, but it's also combos with other cards of the deck as well. Like, you know, if this guy's just chilling on the board, and then another turn at some point you drop the big Elsa, and then you suspend something, Tinkerbell can kill it, maybe kill something else. A lot of combo there. The Tinkerbell is an incredible card, very strong card, and definitely our top-end big boss steel character. Now we move on to the Amethyst cards, and we'll start off with 3 copies of Magic Mirror. Pay 4, draw a card, tap. That's what it does. That's it. It's a draw power card. Draw power is good. Sometimes you have nothing else to do with your ink. You might as well use it for Magic Mirror. I'll just see it. Then we play 4 copies of Pot of Greed. This card lets you draw 2 cards from your deck. You can sing it for free, or you can pay 3. Whatever floats your boat. And obviously the best candidate for that is 4 copies of Maleficent. When you play it, draw a card. It's a 2/2 that quests for 1. Doesn't really get you much value after you play it. You might as well sing it with a Pot of Greed in order to get some big value from your draw power there. The last 3-drop card in the deck, 2 copies of the White Rabbit's Pocket Watch, because it gives you Rush, right? Rush is super powerful. You know, imagine a turn where like you can play a Tinkerbell, a big one, and attack with it on the same turn. Like turn 7, you suspend something, or something gets suspended, sorry. You play big Tinkerbell, you blow some damage on the board, you give it a Rush, you kill something through challenge, and you kill something else to Tinkerbell's effect. That's one big combo. The Pocket Watch also combos with another card in the deck we'll get to when we get to it. But giving you Rush, super powerful card. And now on to 4 drops. We're playing 2 copies of Jafar. Jafar gets 1 power for every card in your hand. Simple. Big guy. You know, Amethyst cards draw a lot. This guy gets scary. This guy can kill anything in the game through challenge, which is pretty good. You can also quest for 2 if you got a small hand size, or no reason to attack. So 2 copies of Jafar, nice card to have, nothing too crazy, but it is powerful, and is good at killing things. On the 5 drops, we're playing 4 copies of the Queen. The Queen here taps herself to draw a card, besides that, a 4/5, and that's it. You're not even going to quest with it. You're either going to attack with it, or you're going to exert to draw a card. And it's more draw power. We love draw power. Draw power is very good in this game. Alright, now we get into really interesting stuff. The Spice that makes this version of, Amethyst Steel shine are the 3 copies of Dr. Facilier, the Agent Provocateur. It's a 7-drop 4/5 that quests for 3. Whenever one of the characters is banished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand. Super good, especially with things like the Pocket Watch. You bring back something, you play it. You bring back something because you challenged and banished it. You bring it back, you play it, you give it a rush, you go with it again. Dr. Facilier is super huge combo potential. It really loops well with like Maleficents as well. Like you can play them and draw cards. And does super cool things with anything with non-playability, like the Beast that pops items, or the big Tinkerbell that just blows stuff up. Like the Dr. Facilier has a lot of combo power in this deck, and I've seen this card played as a 1-of usually at most, at all, if at all, and the 3 copies really come in handy. So you love to see it. Then we're playing 2 copies of Ursula. Ursula here, when you play this character, each opponent loses a lore. You may draw a card for each 1 lore lost this way. If this was a multiplayer deck, we would be playing 4 copies of this, but we are not. So 2 copies is fine. It's a 2/8 that quests for 3. You can't ink it, but it gives you draw power. And she's got a huge butt. 8 defense. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? And I quest for 3. So that's pretty powerful. And if you play her multiple times, you're drawing multiple cards, you're making your opponent lose lore. It's pretty powerful. I like the card. The card's okay. The last card, obviously, the 4 copies of the Big Elsa. When you play it, you can suspend up to 2 characters or exert them. Chosen characters cannot exert at the start of the turn. Good at stunning things. Also really good to play Elsa and then combo with Tinkerbell to kill things or whatever else you gotta do. You just play her, you suspend some stuff, maybe they're frozen for a turn. Maybe they just die immediately. Like, these are all things you could do, and depending on the cards in your hand and what you have to do to overcome your situation, Elsa's good. Elsa's pretty powerful. And 4/6 to quest for 3 is no laughing matter. Pretty aggressive in the lore department. But yeah, that is it for this version of Amethyst Steel. The deck is a really good control deck in my opinion, and really powerful what it does. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you later. Bye!